Okay, good evening everyone, and apologies for being quite late. Had a few technical issues there. But the music should be working now. And welcome to the stream everyone. Again, apologies that I've kept you all waiting. Amelia, happy birthday as well. I hope you're having a good day. Level Builder, Katri, I know that Pranjul was here previously. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. It's a Friday, it's the end of the working week, and it is time to do some shiny hunting. So previously we got up to 7,953 fossil encounters. We will do another 300 this evening, and let's see, can we get a shiny? It won't be on the first encounter. And there you go, even the counter's working. Perfect. And let's try the next one. And Andrew, good to see you as well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm certainly doing well. This has been a long week. I'm very, very glad that it's Friday evening, the weekend is ahead, and we can just relax. Level Builder, you're currently eating a tortilla. Nice. I'm a big fan of Mexican food. Very delicious. Well, still no shiny just yet. In today's stream, provided there are no more technical hiccups, we should be reaching full odds in this stream. And when I say full odds, I mean double odds. Katri, you know the music. This is the opening track to an album called Pokey and Chill by an artist called Mikkel. But that track was Gotta Catch 'Em, was, you know, a kind of lo-fi version of Gotta Catch 'Em All from the first season of the Pokemon anime. I really like it. I think it's probably my favorite opening track of any of the music albums that I play on this stream. That's probably one of my favorites, and it's a very recent release. Mikkel only released that album about a week or two ago. So I mean, I'm just going to bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to pop in chat a link to that album just in case anyone wanted to listen to that in their own time, and I would recommend anyone to do so, and anyone to subscribe to Mikkel. He's a really talented musician. He does lots of lo-fi remixes of Pokemon and Zelda, and even Lord of the Rings as well. He's really great. And Wolf, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, this is Mikkel's Pokey and Chill 2 album. And Wolf, you're doing good? I'm glad to hear that. I'm very glad to hear that. It's a Friday for me. It's a Friday evening for me. It is. I'm very, very relieved that the weekend is here. Honestly, it's been a long week. It's been a long week. And it's made even better knowing that I only have to work 3 days next week. So I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but I've taken Thursday and Friday off in preparation for Legends ZA coming out. So that'll give me maximum time to play that game, which I'm very much looking forward to. And speaking of Legends ZA, I got myself a new plushie, which is inspired by some of the marketing around Legends ZA, and I'm very excited to show this off. Level Builder, gotta catch all of the Spiel. There you go. James, welcome to stream. I hope you're doing well. Amelia, have I seen K-pop Demon Hunters yet? No, I haven't. I've heard the name, but I've never seen it. I don't know whether it's an album. I don't know whether it's a TV show. I don't know whether it's a film. I don't know whether it's the name of a group. But I've definitely heard K-pop Demon Hunters. But yeah, I'm still a bit confused by it. I've got so many things on my list of things that I need to watch. I've got a feeling it might be like a film or it's something. I feel like it's something you've got to watch. I think. I'm not sure. And Wolf, you're thinking of maybe getting a Switch 2 at some point, so you can get a game on Switch 2 that will perform better. Yep, especially because getting a Switch 2 edition. Oh, I didn't even know about that. So yeah, I really like the Switch 2. It does run a lot better than the Switch 1. In terms of unique games that you can only play on the Switch 2 that you can't play on the Switch 1, I've only played Mario Kart, and it's good. It is good. I don't think Mario Kart is my kind of game anymore. I do like it, but I'm not crazy about it. In the same way, I'm not crazy about Donkey Kong Bonanza. I played the demo, and it looks fun, but it also looks like the type of game, I don't know. I think I'd enjoy it, but equally, I'm not sure I'd enjoy it enough to warrant paying full price. I think it's the type of game I'll probably pick up second hand. So what I'm trying to say is, there's not many exclusive Switch 2 games that I would care about right now. But for me, the biggest thing is the performance. It does perform a lot better than the Switch 1. And Wolf, it performs horribly on a regular Switch. It's a game you didn't think you'd want, but you're reconsidering because you hope to get into it and you're bored and you want a new life sim game and you love Disney. Oh, and it's called Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have heard of that. Gotcha. Yeah. I think it's like it's almost. I think it's meant to be similar to Animal Crossing. I think, which I do love Animal Crossing. Katri, you're going to be on your phone. That's no problem at all. Oh, and Amelia, K-pop Demon Hunters is a film. I thought so. Oh, and Amelia, your parents have pre-ordered Switch 2 and ZA. Wow. Well, that'll be really exciting. You know, that'll be arriving imminently, I would imagine. So that's pretty cool. That is really cool. That is really cool. Getting a Switch 2 and ZA in the very near future is pretty cool. And Andrew, you're trying to get your insurance license so you can help elderly people get decent or good medical plans. That is incredibly amazing. Yeah, good luck with that, because that is important, obviously. It's really important to make sure people have, good cover and things like that, and they understand the plans they're getting. And obviously, I'm pretty sure you're in America, so I don't know too much about how all that works. But I've got a decent understanding of how insurance sales work in the UK and things like that. And whether. But again, I don't know how applicable it is to the US. But about whether you give someone advice or whether you just want to do a kind of non-advised sale and present the information and allow them to make an informed decision, or whether you want to actually assess someone's suitability, get into all of their personal needs and determine what particular insurance product may or may not be suitable for them. That's similar to how it works, and that's how it works in the UK roughly. But I must say I don't know too much about how it works in the US. But I get the feeling it's quite similar, but that's just a guess. But fingers crossed either way. Wolf, you're going to be watching more streamers play Disney Dreamlight Valley so you can get an idea of how it plays. That sounds perfect, actually. I like doing that. If it's a game that I haven't played before, I do like to watch some reviews or get some kind of impression of whether it's going to be a game I'm going to like, just so that I don't waste my money on something. Level Builder, you like messing around with the debug mode in Sonic games, and you always end up filling the arena with bombs. That sounds like chaos, but good luck with that. And Wolf, Disney Dreamlight Valley is a lot like Animal Crossing in a good number of ways. That's the impression I got. It did look interesting to me because I do like Disney and I do like Animal Crossing. So yeah, looks perfectly to me. Katri, unfortunately you don't have a Switch 2 and you're broke. That is the worst. Hopefully it comes down in price later. Hopefully. And Amelia, so the Switch 2 and ZA is coming after October the 16th. That's a shame. It would have been good if it came out immediately, but I'm sure whenever they do arrive it'll be fun. And Andrew, so starting at 65, the elderly have to have insurance, but it's really good money. Your friend is making some really good money, and so this is the thing. I think if you're ensuring that vulnerable people, elderly people, have healthcare that will take care of them, be suitable for their needs, and have we run out of fossils? Yeah, we have. Suitable for their needs, protect them. That sounds like a good and rewarding profession. So I like it. And Amelia, for your birthday, your friend got you the bird from K-pop Demon Hunters. That's nice. That's really nice that your friend's gone out of their way to give you a gift like that, especially for something that your friend knows that you love. That's really nice. That is really nice. It sounds like you're having a good birthday, and I hope that is the case. Wolf, you would love to live in a world with Disney characters. You love that in the game and be best friends with all of your favourites. Which ones are your favourites, could I ask? Because, yeah. Who would my favourites be from Disney? I'm trying to think. I am a big fan of the Robin Hood Disney movie. It's quite an old school one, but I just love the music from it. Katri, you want the tiger, the derpy tiger. Which one? What's the derpy tiger? I don't remember. And Andrew, the only thing, at least here in Miami, is there's a lot of under-the-table transactions because the majority here are really smart and play the system. There you go. Well then, yeah, that's going to go right over my head. There's no way. Yeah, I can't imagine what kind of stuff that entails. I think the worst you get in this country in terms of like insurance missales is like people selling insurance policies that really are not, like people selling insurance policies, giving advice saying this will suit your needs, and the broker not actually either not fully understanding how the product works or not fully understanding the consumer's circumstances, and there's some kind of disconnect there, which means that actually this consumer's circumstances mean that the policy that's being sold really isn't suitable for their needs, or if there's no advice involved, then just some kind of misinformation or something. That I think that's the only bad thing that I can think of that happens in this country in terms of like insurance sales. I don't know. I can't imagine what like under the table would mean. that confuses me. But again, I think especially health insurance, it must be very different. It must be very different between the UK and the US. Because we do have health insurance, but not everyone has it. I mean, I've got private health insurance through my employer, but I never bothered to use it. I only ever end up using the NHS. I don't think I've used my private health insurance once. And Wolf, some of your favourite characters are the Lion King characters. Yes, that's good. Simba and Nala and Scar and Stitch. Oh, Stitch is good as well. Yeah, I do like Stitch. And Wall-E as well. I forgot that Wall-E is a Disney character, honestly. I always forget about Pixar. Derpy the Tiger and the Birdies Gina's pets from... Oh, those are characters from K-pop Demon Hunters, Amelia. Gotcha. Okay, I'm with you. See, Katri, Amelia understood the Derpy the Tiger reference. That went over my head. Apologies. Andrew, money talks, and it's technically illegal, but some clinics pay the elderly so that they stay at their clinics and they jump around from clinic to clinic claiming the money. Wow. Yeah, it's such an alien... it's such an alien concept to me. I can't get my head around that, honestly. Clinics pay the elderly to stay at their clinics and they jump around from clinic to clinic claiming the money. Yeah, it is. It's strange. I like to think that I'm not terrible with financial products in general, but that does go over my head. Apologies. And Wolf, you also love some of the underrated Disney characters that no one talks about, like Brother Bear and Bolt. I must say, I don't think I've seen Brother Bear. I've seen Bolt. I haven't thought about Bolt in a long time. And Amelia, Gnu is pronounced Gnu. Gnu. Am I pronouncing that right? Apologies. I mean, I can barely pronounce Pokemon correctly. I'm never going to be able to pronounce Demon Hunters correctly. I'm trying my best. Oh, Level Builder, why don't I read the stuff that you say in chat? I did. Did I not? Did I miss that? Apologies, Level Builder. Bear with me. So, did you know that they took down the Sonic CD mobile port from the Play Store and the App Store? I didn't know that. I did not know that. But I don't know too much about what's on the Play Store or the App Store, honestly. But it's a shame if they've taken it down. I'm hoping that for people who already had it and have it installed, that they're still able to play it, even though it's been taken down. But yeah, it is a shame for anyone who wasn't able to play it and who perhaps would have liked to have played it. And Katri, your friend... Oops, sorry. Bear with me. Katri, your friend is bullying you for choosing Litten when you get your 3DS. Why is your friend bullying you for choosing Litten? There's nothing wrong with that. Litten's a good pick. Litten's a cute character. Nothing wrong with that. I can't think of a good reason why your friend would give you a hard time about that. And if they really are bullying you, then they that doesn't sound like a good friend, honestly. But I'm assuming they're just joking. And Wolf Rhino the hamster was comic relief character. Yes, I'd forgotten the hamster's name, honestly. But the hamster was quite funny. He was good. Still no shiny. Level builder, but despite the Sonic game being pulled from the Play and the Apple Store, you were still able to install the game. Nice. And it was because you went into your history and you could see that you installed it a while ago, and you were able to install it again because you'd done it previously. I think that's good that at least people who've had it previously still have access to it. And Katri, your friend thinks that Litten is yucky. No, they're wrong. Definitely wrong. Litten's great, and Litten has got a great shiny as well. Absolutely. So sounds like your friend is just wrong, and people are allowed to be wrong, you know. And Katri, what do you say, and can I give you tips? Well, I can't give you tips on Sun and Moon because I've never actually played those games, so I can't give you any tips on how to play Sun and Moon, because I cannot wait to play those games myself. But I think you'll have a blast when you do play it. But if you're asking for advice on how to deal with your friend, then I would just explain that, you know, everyone's Pokemon is every Pokemon is someone's favourite. Everyone has a different personal preference, and there's nothing wrong with people having different personal preferences. You know, people can have different favourites. Doesn't, you know, just because someone's favourite is different to someone else's doesn't make either party right or wrong. If everyone liked the same thing, the world would be very boring. So if you're asking for tips on Sun and Moon, I can't help. But if it's on how to deal with a friend who doesn't agree with your preferences, people are allowed to have different opinions. Just remind your friend of that. Amelia, how are the Pugs? The Pugs are great. They are snoozing. As you can see, we've got Daruk in the top bed, and we've got Mifa in the bottom bed. Both of them doing really well. And Level Builder, it looks like Sega forgot to remove it from the Play Store, so you were able to get it from there. There you go. I mean, so long as you've got access to it, that's the main thing, is what I would say. Oh. And Wolf, you loved that Mittens was the one as a cat. She taught Bolt along the way how to be a dog, and what it's like having a normal dog life and learning to enjoy life as a normal dog. Exactly. I think that was really nice, honestly. It's quite a heartwarming movie in general, and I'll always enjoy movies like that. And Wolf, you have a theory on why Mittens knew so much about dogs, and how much she knows how to teach Bolt to be a dog. I do want to hear it. So yeah, I'm assuming. Let me guess. Because I'm trying to think. Do we actually know? I can't remember in the movie whether it gave you Mittens' backstory, and I've got a feeling. I don't think the movie actually goes into Mittens' backstory too much. But yeah, please tell me the theory. Wait, are we out of fossils already? We are indeed. So we shall reset. Let's see. And level builder, so it's play games rather than the play store. Gotcha. Okay, I thought they were the same thing. I didn't realize. I'm not sure what I've got on my phone then. Still no Aerodactyl. So we have crossed the 8,000 threshold. When are we going to find this shiny fossil? And level builder, get wrecked, Sega. There you go. But I mean, I would say, you know, if you've paid for something, so if you've paid for something in a store, it should be up to you what you do with that, honestly. So I mean, I do agree, you know, it's not for companies to take away something that you've paid for. And Amelia, thank you very much for the shiny look. We definitely need it. We're getting very, very, well, we're getting closer and closer to Turtwig numbers here, aren't we? We're already in the 8,000s. And, oh, level build, he didn't pay for anything. Oh, okay, fair enough then. Well, I mean, in that case, I mean, I don't think there's any reason to be mean to Sega if you didn't actually pay for anything. I mean, I'm not judging one way or the other, but I don't think there's any reason to have any negative opinion about a company if you haven't paid them anything. And Wolf, you know for a fact that since when Mittens talked about thinking Penny's love for Bolt was fake, when she then transferred that idea onto herself and mentioned that she was basically abandoned as a declawed cat. Oh, yeah, that would be heartbreaking. Yeah, that would make sense. And Katra, you can make a private server for Pokemon Roria Conquest. Am I right in thinking that is that the Roblox thing? I don't know anything about Roblox, but I feel like you've mentioned that before as being like a game within Roblox. And level builder, you're saying that Sega is not very smart because they forgot to remove it. Gotcha. But you guess that we can still play it. There you go. I mean, yeah, as long as it's available. I generally don't like it when companies remove people's ability to play games. Like at the moment, I'm a little bit annoyed that there's no way for me to play Gold, Silver, or Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire on the Switch. And I feel like those are games that they could just put on the Nintendo NSO service. So I do find that a bit frustrating. And Wolf, you think that that when Mittens was at some point in the family or a previous one, you believe that she also had a dog? Yes, that's yeah. I was thinking that as well as her pet mate, and she learned what dogs are like, and that's probably yes. So that's what I would have thought as well. That in one of her previous homes, there would have been, you know, maybe a puppy or something like that that she watched grow up, or maybe she was mentored by an older dog. I'm not sure, but yeah, I got that impression that there was some kind of existing relationship there. And Katri, it is Roblox that you're playing. Gotcha. Well, I'm sure that'll be fun. I'm sure that'll be fun. And Katri, do you play Roblox? I'm assuming that's directed at Wolf, because you said "Hey Wolf" before that. But if it was directed at me, definitely the answer is no. I've never played Roblox. I don't think I would like it, honestly. I don't think it's my type of thing. And Wolf, it makes sense, but Mittens never mentions that she had a dog or knew them. Yeah, I think it's something that you can, that it's kind of hinted at, I feel. But yeah, I like your theory, because that makes sense, honestly. And Level Builder, you also have a theory that Sega destroyed Sonic for Act 2 because it's free, but they didn't take down Act 1 because it's paid. But the game is not very good, and Act 2 was better. Yeah, honestly, I must say that goes over my head. I don't really know too much about Sonic, honestly. When I was younger, I had a Game Gear that had Sonic 1 on it, and I've got to be honest, there's not many games that I don't enjoy, but I didn't really enjoy Sonic 1. It felt, what's the best way to describe it? Like the game wants you to go fast, but it also punishes you for going fast, if you know what I mean. Like, you know, the faster you go, it just means by the time an enemy appears, my reaction times are nowhere near fast enough to be able to dodge something that appears on screen. So every single time I tried to go fast in that game, I would just immediately get hit, you know, run into an enemy, lose all my rings. Yeah, so I've got a personal grudge against Sonic because I was just useless at Sonic 1. You've never seen anyone as bad at a video game as I was at Sonic 1. And that just kind of put me off Sonic games in general. I'm sure that they've improved since then, but the original Sonic, I just couldn't get I couldn't get into it. Level Builder, Sonic 1 isn't one of the best, but Sonic 2 is way better, and we both hate Marble Zone and Labyrinth Zone. I don't even think I got past the first level. And Wolf, because I'm not a fast reaction type person, that's probably it. But I think I got the impression that Sonic 1 is more, I don't even think Sonic 1 is about fast reaction times. I think even someone who has really fast reaction times, if they play Sonic 1 for the first time, they will have a bad time with it. It felt more like a memory game where you had to remember where the enemies are, and you had to jump even before they appeared on the screen. Otherwise, even if you had the best reaction times in Sonic 1, by the time they appeared on your screen, you were going so fast that you would just hit them. To me, Sonic 1 felt like a game of memory. You know, remember where the enemies are about to appear and jump before they appear, otherwise you die, which I didn't find fun. Maybe I'm misremembering it. I must say it's been over 30 years since I played that game, but I couldn't get my head around it. I think it was one of the things that really solidified me as a kind of like Nintendo person, because I had a Game Gear and my brother had a Game Boy back then, and even though the Game Gear was like in colour and it was fancier, the games were not as good as the basic ones that were on my brother's Game Boy, and I ended up just borrowing his Game Boy more than I played my own Sega Game Gear. I think it's one of the things that just pushed me to just I'll always prefer Nintendo. And like I say, I'm sure that franchise has changed since then. And I will also say a large part of it, again, it probably is because of my reaction times. And, oh, Amelia, the birthday thing didn't happen in Sword and Shield for some reason. That's a shame. Is the... have you got the right date on your Switch? 'Cause I'm just wondering if the date is incorrect on your Switch for some reason. That might be why the birthday thing doesn't happen. Because, yeah, you should... Well, definitely in Scarlet and Violet you get something special on your birthday when you go to a Poke Center. I can't remember if you... I would have thought you get it in Sword and Shield as well. Level Builder. Warning, this action is educational and should not be tried. If you have a real Sonic 1 and duck at the end of Labyrinth Zone Act 2, sometimes a text will appear saying illegal instruction and soft lock. I did not know that. I did not know that. But I would say I don't think I ever reached that level on Sonic 1. I was that bad at it. Well, that's pretty cool. It's always cool to find those little Easter eggs and things like that. Hopefully it didn't actually soft lock, because that would be a shame. And Amelia, it sounds like your clock is set correctly. That's a shame. Oh, you changed it back and it worked in Scarlet and Violet. That's good. So it definitely works in Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I can't remember whether it definitely works, whether there definitely is a reward in Sword and Shield. Like I say, I remember that happening in Scarlet and Violet. For the life of me, I can't remember whether there's definitely a thing. Oh wait, we've run out of fossils. I can't remember whether there definitely is one in Sword and Shield. And Level Builder, you don't do it because it does lock your game forever. Oh, yeah, that is a bit of a shame, that. Yeah, you would have thought they would have fixed it after all this time. And Wolf, I agree. Hate is a strong word. Yeah, there's no reason to say that you hate something. It might not be your cup of tea, or it might not be something that you really like, but a lot of the time that's no reason to hate. And Wolf, fun fact, a lot of autistic people like Sonic, like his character. That's fair enough, that's fair enough. I've heard good things about the movies as well. I'm a big fan of... So I've never seen the movies, but I'm a big fan of the actor who voices Sonic. The name is escaping me at the moment, but he's someone who's been in Parks and Rec. He plays the character Jean-Ralphio in Parks and Rec. And it's annoying me that I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's really funny. So I can imagine if knowing that he is the main character and he is voicing Sonic, I would imagine that those Sonic movies are really fun, because I really do like that actor. It's really bothering me that I can't remember his name. If anyone wants to help me out by telling me and reminding me what his name is in chat, I would appreciate it. If not, I'm just going to continue racking my brain trying to remember it. I can picture him. What is his name? What is his name? This is going to bother me. It's really going to bother me. Until I can think of it, it's going to bother me. What is his name? What is his name? What is his name? It's not going to come to me. It's not going to come to me. That's annoying. And Level Builder, you think that they fixed the error with the mobile ports? That's good. That is good. So they went to the effort of, you know, porting the game, but in doing so, they also took the opportunity to fix a couple of bugs within it, which is good. I think that is good of a game company to do. Although I would feel that's pretty the bare minimum you should expect, but it doesn't always happen. So I think you have to be appreciative when it does happen. Katri, you're autistic, and Wolf, you're also autistic, and you love Sonic. Well, there you go. You love Sonic as a character, but not only that, you think you're a little bit like Sonic. You're easygoing, big-hearted, kind, optimistic, and importantly, you live life to the fullest. That sounds good. That sounds good. Katri, you think Sonic should be green? You think Sonic should be green? That's a. I've never considered that. I think Sonic works well being blue. Honestly, I can't imagine Sonic not being blue. It's just so uniquely. It's just, yeah. To me, just Sonic is synonymous with being blue. I feel like the reason Sonic is blue is because like the Sega logo is predominantly blue, in the same way that Mario is kind of red and then the Nintendo logo is red. It's like back in the 90s they wanted their gaming mascot to resonate with the brand that they were, you know, heading. I might be reading too much into it, but that was the impression I got growing up. Who knows? And Amelia, also happened to your other Pokemon games as well. That's strange then. The birthday thing, it's strange how it works in some games but not others. Who knows? And Katri, you think that Sonic, oh god, I can't even say it correctly. You think that Sonic should be green because it's your favorite color, and that's fair enough. That is fair enough. I mean, it's your favorite color, then there's nothing wrong with wanting characters to be that color. I can understand. And Wolf, Sonic's brother's color is green in Sonic Underground TV show. I didn't know that. And Level Build, apparently there's an error that makes Sonic green in Sonic 2, and it even works on mobile. Oh, there you go. So Sonic can be green. And Wolf, apparently Sonic used to be brown. I didn't know that. And I'm really old. I don't remember Sonic being blue. I don't remember Sonic being brown, I should say. I can only remember Sonic being blue. And I feel like I was around for the very first game. I don't think he was in any games before Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, which is basically Sonic 1. It wasn't called Sonic 1 back then, it was just called Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, I don't remember it. He's always been blue as far as I can remember, so I don't know when he would have been brown. Level Builder, you can watch a tutorial, and if you follow the tutorial, you will end up with a green Sonic. Well, there you go. Everyone has the ability to get a green Sonic, it seems. Oh, I mentioned that I got a brand new plushie, and I wanted to show it off. So I'm just going to show this off to everyone. This might be my favourite plushie that I've got so far, okay? Just going to prepare everyone because this is pretty cool. This is the only plushie that I've seen that comes with its own display box, okay? So this just arrived today. Nope. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's Malamar. It's Malamar, my friend Malamar. with its own box. How cool is that? Wow. I really like that. I like how it plays into the My Friend Malamar meme. I think Legends ZA has done a really good job in kind of like promoting the game with those little different shorts that they did. I thought that was pretty good. And, oh, Wolf, apparently Sonic's shoes are based on Michael Jackson's shoes and Santa's boots. Oh my gosh, I did not know that. I did not know that. I've never... are you sure that it's based on Michael Jackson's shoes? And is it not... I could imagine it maybe being based on Michael Jordan's shoes. Because Sonic wears like trainers, and unless I'm remembering 90s era Michael Jackson wrong, 90s era Michael Jackson, he mainly wore, actual shoes rather than trainers. Oh no, but Wolf, apparently there is a buckle on the shoe, so they are quite full. I didn't realise that. I just assumed Sonic's shoes were trainers, so they are quite formal. They've got like a little buckle on them. Again, I had no idea about this. There you go. I'm learning an awful lot about Sonic. I really didn't know much about Sonic at all. I had no idea. Oh, and level builder. Enough yapping, you need to get back on making levels. No problem at all. Thank you very much for stopping by. Oh, Wolf, Santa's boots have the buckle on them. Okay, gotcha. Right, fair enough. And there you go. Yeah, I really had no idea about all of the design influences. I definitely would not have guessed a few of them at all. And unless it's Michael Jackson's and you don't remember, I mean, it could be either. It could be either. Not sure, honestly. Oh, Amelia, how long are we streaming for? That is a good question, actually. So, what time is it now? It is 6:20. I would like to get to double odds. So, we're going to stream until we get to double odds, and then I'll see what time it is. And if we've got... So, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream much later than 7:30. So I'll be able to stream for another hour and 10 minutes-ish. But also, I really... I want to get to at least encounter 1192. Because I want to get to double odds. So that's the minimum that I want to get to today. And well, if you think that the shoe buckle is based on Santa's boots, gotcha. Yeah, that could be it. That definitely could be it. And Amelia, you feel like birthdays are like Christmas? They are a little bit. Birthdays are really fun, and Christmas is also really fun. They're both really nice excuses to spend time with family, celebrate together. It's just nice, really. So, yeah, I agree. They're both wonderful occasions. Oh, we're out of fossils once again. So yeah, it is 6:20. I'll be streaming for another hour and 10 minutes, roughly. But I do want to at least get to encounter 8,192. Just so that I can say that I've reached double odds. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming on Sunday. So if we don't get it today, I think there's a good chance we get it on Sunday. And then I will be streaming once more midweek. Probably, I'm not sure, probably on Monday. And then, so I think Monday's stream will be the last stream that we do in BDSP before we take a little bit of a break. We take a pause, and then I start playing Legends ZA on Thursday. So there's not many more streams left of BDSP. Once I've finished ZA, I will come back to this run, but we may have to say goodbye to Sinnoh for a little bit. I will come back. I will come back to my favourite shiny team to finish the game. Still no shiny. Oh, and Amelia, you found a male. Oh, you found a male shiny Galarian Slowpoke. Sorry, I saw the words male Galarian Slowpoke. It didn't register that it's also a shiny one. Nice. That's really good. Congrats on finding that. Have you just found that just now? Massive congrats if so. Very well deserved on your birthday. I hope you get a couple more shinies since it's your birthday. You deserve some extra special birthday shiny luck, is what I think. Oh, and Amelia, you found it on Tuesday. Okay, okay. Well, then you definitely deserve to get, you know, to find a shiny on your birthday. Definitely. And you've already transferred it to the shiny only run. Well, I hope that run's going well. I believe you've got... Is that the run that you've got a couple shiny Corvus Squires in? This is a very elusive shiny. Very elusive. I feel like we either have really, really, really good luck or we have really, really, really bad luck. The only hunt that has gone close to the correct odds is Mischievous. Everything else has been an outlier. And Amelia, you wish that the Misadventures of Sirfetch'd and Pichu came out this year. Yes, I wish that. I mean, I even wish that it was going to come out next year. I've got a feeling it's the year after. So I would be happy with it coming out next year, but I've got a feeling... Oh wait, have we run out? Yeah, we've run out again. I've got a feeling that it doesn't come out until the year after. It doesn't come out till 2027, I think. I hope I'm wrong about that. I hope I'm wrong. And Amelia, it comes out in 2027. Yeah, that's what I thought. So I mean, it would be amazing if it came out this year, but I just wish it was going to come out next year. I just kind of think if you're planning on releasing something in 2027, in my opinion, you should not announce it until 2026. I don't think it's a good idea to announce something in 2025 that is not going to be released until 2027, personally. Because, you know, any hype or goodwill that you generate, it's going to have completely evaporated by the time 2027 comes around. It's just... yeah. And Amelia, you think that we need a new Wallace and Gromit movie? Yeah. If only they could make them every year. That would be pretty awesome. I'd enjoy it. And Amelia, the penguin is not in prison. I can't remember. Didn't the president? Wait, is the penguin in a zoo? Because wasn't that the thing? It's a zoo, but it's basically a prison. I can't remember how Vengeance Most Foul ended. Did the penguin not get arrested? I thought it did. And Amelia, you think that we need a part 2? Yeah, I'd like it. Oh, and Ham, good to see you. I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. And Ham, before you ask, I've not yet seen the movie, but we're not streaming. I'm not streaming tomorrow. The next stream's going to be on Sunday, and that does mean I've got Saturday to do errands, but also I've got Saturday evening free. So the plan is to watch it on Saturday. So that's the plan, and I am looking forward to that plan. Amelia, the chase scene was so cool. Yeah, chase scenes are always good in Wallace and Gromit. Always good. My favourite chase scene was the one in the wrong trousers. I think we've talked about it before, but that chase scene on the model train set is my favourite, definitely. Oh, but Ham, how are things with you? I hope everything's going well. And Ham, you thought that I'd already seen it. Yeah. No, not quite. So realistically, there's no chance I'm ever going to be able to watch a movie on a weeknight. There isn't enough time. You know, by the time like all the household errands need to be done, after I finish work and things, there isn't enough time for me to watch a movie midweek. The only time I can watch movies is the weekend. That is the only time that's going to happen potentially is the weekend, and even then things have to line up that I've got that free time. But yeah, it would never be on a weeknight, unfortunately. There's nowhere near enough free time on weeknight. But that's the good thing about weekends, and that is the good thing about it being Friday evening right now. I've got the weekend to look forward to. Free time, relaxing, being able to do whatever I want. That's what weekends are all about. And I certainly have that Friday feeling. It's been a long week. And Amelia, you also love the chase scene in the wrong trousers. Yeah, I think that's my favourite scene in Wallace and Gromit. I think it's really good. Oh, Ham, you've been doing good, but you have been stressed about university. Other than that, you're doing well. All exams are done, so you've got the weekend as well. Nice. Well, massive congrats on getting through those exams. That must have been stressful, and I get it. I get being stressed out about exams because that used to stress me out as well. But they're all over. You've done everything you can. It's out of your control now, so just enjoy the break, and then just re-energize for the start of the next term, because you've done really well to have got through those exams. So fingers crossed. I've got my fingers crossed for you. And Amelia, Wallace sitting on the train and going, ah. I can't actually do the scream. I will say I've been saying that I'm doing really well and I'm good. I am definitely glad it's the weekend, but I will say I'm not 100%. I have got a bit of a cold. And it's not even really a cold, it's more just my throat is a little bit swollen, which is a bit annoying. It's a little bit painful to swallow and speak and things like that. So it's been like that for a couple of days. I'm really hoping that in the next 2 days that it dies down. But I certainly cannot say ah and scream. There's no way. So all I can do is just go ah. So I know, Amelia, you've written it like, you know, Wallace is screaming, but I can't read that out correctly because my throat would hurt too much. And Amelia, thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing major, but you know, when you don't feel 100%, you know, even if you've got a tiny little thing wrong with you, a tiny little cold, it makes you feel, or it makes me feel disproportionately bad. So I mean, anytime you don't completely 100% just feels rubbish. And that's me. I'm probably feeling like 98%, but like just not being 100% is annoying. And Ham, with the free time that you've had, you've started painting a new orc army in Warhammer. They look really good. You'll send some pics. Yes, please. Yes, please. That does sound fun to me. And Amelia, yes, I remember you had the cold for quite a while, actually. A number of days that you had it. It wasn't just a quick one. And I'm hoping my whatever I've got, I'm hoping does not last as long as yours did. Because I'm going to be honest, you know, streaming now. So this stream is only really a couple of hours long. It's not that long. But I'm planning to stream on Sunday, and the weekend streams tend to last a lot longer. And I'm a little bit worried about that if I am still feeling like this, because I can already feel my throat. It is becoming a little bit more painful as you know the more that I talk, and the idea of talking for 7 hours on Sunday, that might be a bit too much for me. So I am hoping that I feel a lot better over the next day or so. Oh, and Ham, thank you. Yeah. Send those. And I'm gonna post something in Discord as well because I want to take a picture of my Malamar. I want to show off my Malamar. Oh, and we've run out of fossils. Not that my Malamar is anything that I've done myself, it's just something I've bought, but that I'm very proud of. I'm proud of the fact that I've bought it. And Amelia, you remember Wallace in Vengeance Most Foul using a boot invention to attack the Norberts. I can't remember. And Andrew, have a spoonful of raw honey or honey with some lime. That helps with the throat. Interesting. We've definitely got honey, and I think we've got limes as well. Yeah, when you say that, do you mean mix it with like boiling water to make a kind of almost like tea drink, or do you mean just pure? Yeah, like you say, raw. So just pure honey and a little bit of lime. Yeah, I definitely have never tried that. I think I've tried something like in a hot drink where it's just like water and a bit of honey and a bit of citrus and maybe a bit of ginger as well. You know, to make a kind of, or you know, like a tea almost. I've been drinking a lot of tea, and that tends to help. But yeah, I haven't tried any honey or citrus yet, and I might have to try that. Amelia, you thought that I said a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. That would be very Mary Poppins of me, wouldn't it? I managed to stop myself from saying that. Chimney. Okay, we are about to hit fossil number 8,100. Is it a shiny Omanyte? It is not. Okay, so we are going to keep going for another 92 fossils, and that will bring us to double odds. We will have reached double odds in this fossil hunt. It's the second longest hunt we've done by a long way, and it is catching up fast to being the longest hunt in terms of encounters. It will never be the longest hunt in terms of the length of time, at least I hope. But yeah, this hunt could very, very easily, in terms of pure numbers of encounters, it could definitely become the longest hunt. And Amelia, Mary Poppins vibes. Yep, Chimney, exactly. I do love that movie. And Amelia, there's a new Chicken Run movie, Dawn of the Nugget. I did not know that. I mean, if there's a new Chicken Run movie, then there's no way they're going to do a Wallace and Gromit movie, right? Because it's all Aardman. So I would imagine they can only work on one thing at a time. I get the impression they're quite a small studio. And Andrew, so you could go with the tea idea that I did, but really, I should try putting honey on a spoon with a squeeze of lime on it, and it almost lubricates the throat. There you go. And that's, I mean, yeah. My throat is definitely very raw right now. It's very swollen. It's very raw. I might try that before bed, because honestly, it's at its worst at night. It tends to get better throughout the day. Like in the morning, it is awful at the moment, and it gets better through the night. But I will say, at the moment, it's coming back a little bit. Oh, and Ham, you've sent the pics. Let me have a look. Let me go on to Discord now. I want to check this out. Bear with me, everyone. Oh, mate, those are intricate. That is way better than I was expecting. Yeah, those are pretty cool. I can't wait. Let me zoom in. You've even got like the muscle definition. It's yeah, that's really good. That's really good, man. Yeah, that is crazy good. Like even that one orc's teeth isn't like one uniform color. You've even got like slight yellowing on the teeth and everything. That is. I would never know. I would never know that had been hand painted. I would have thought that's like professional stuff. That is crazy. That is really good, man. That is really good. You've definitely got talent. Because I remember me seeing the pictures that you'd done of the T-Rex, but that was a big piece. It never occurred to me that you could be as detailed on a piece as, you know, tiny and minuscule as, you know, Warhammer minifigs. Yeah, that's definitely very impressive. I would imagine that, I don't know, that just seems very precise. Very delicate, very precise work. I feel like in another life you could have been a surgeon with that kind of, you know, steady hand, delicate precision. And Amelia, you watched it in English class. They need to make more creature comforts. Who knows? Who knows? Feels like they just need to make a whole load of things. I've always liked them as a studio, but yeah, I do think they're. I think they're quite a small studio. But I prefer that. I prefer a studio that isn't prolific, but what it does put out is quality. I definitely prefer that. And Ham, that's your first time painting orcs. There's no way I'd know that. Improvements are going to be made, and you've got 7 more to paint. Nice one. Well, when you've fully painted the set, yeah, let me know, because I wouldn't mind having a look at the completed army. And Ham, you're really enjoying painting the orcs, especially in this rusty old military look that you've come up with. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a lot of texture on the armor and stuff. Yeah, yeah. It's very detailed. It's very detailed work. And Amelia, there's an Aardman thing that you saw on Netflix, and that's when you saw Creature Comforts. You didn't know at first, but your mum told you that you watched. Your mum told you that you watched it when you were 2 or 3. There you go. Yeah, I don't even know how people would go about watching Creature Comforts now, but I guess, like you say, it must be on Netflix. I had no idea. Like I say, it used to be just 2 or 3 minute shorts that got played as adverts. I can't even remember how it used to be broadcast. But they are nice. Yeah, it feels like they were ahead of their time, doing little short clips, you know, little short 1 minute, animations. It feels like so Creature Comforts feels like they were designed for TikTok, but they were released in the 80s. It feels like Aardman were ahead of their time. Oh, no way, Ham, it's your birthday on the 18th, so you might treat yourself with some new sets. You totally should. There's a lot of people with birthdays in October, clearly. Oh, we've run out of fossils. Let's reset. But yeah, in case I don't see you, happy birthday for the week ahead. And absolutely, I would say treat yourself. Definitely treat yourself. As Donna And Tom Haverford would say, treat yourself. And Amelia, you remember the polar bears from Creature Comforts and the lion and bush baby. There you go. It's been so long since I've seen them. So long. So we are on encounter 8,122 now. We're going to keep going for another 70 encounters. That will bring us to double odds on encounter 8,192. So that's the target for today. If we don't get it today, we'll be streaming on Sunday, and it should be a long stream. Fingers crossed. If my throat holds out, which it should do. I'm not going to do a lot of talking tomorrow, and I'm going to have plenty of honey and lime. We'll give that a go. Why not? I'll try anything, and then fingers crossed I'll be 100% on Sunday. But yeah, if we don't get it today, I think there's a good chance that we get it on Sunday. And Ham, I would, yeah, I think Ham's right. I mean, I would just, in general, I would just avoid mentioning ages on the internet, or just any personal information is probably best not shared on the internet. It's always better to be safe, honestly. Never, yeah, it's, yeah. You can never be too safe on the internet, so I would always avoid giving away as much as possible, and also just always be skeptical of anything that you read on the internet. You never know. And Andrew, a lot of crazies out there nowadays. 100% agree. 100% agree. Absolutely. That's the nicest way of putting it, I think. Yeah. Okay, right. 60 more fossils. 60 more fossils. I must say, I never expected the fossil hunt to be as long as this. I mean, I know it can go a lot longer. You never know, but I am surprised that it's gone this long. And Amelia, thank you for the shiny look. It is appreciated. It's definitely needed. because it's looking more and more likely that this is going to go over double odds, just like the starter hunt did. Maybe we're going to have to get up to 8,700, just like the Turtwig. At this point in time, I would be very happy to get it around the 8,700 mark. I'd be very happy with that. And Ham, is it weird that you're watching even though you're not really interested in Pokemon right now? I don't think so. I mean, there are other things on this stream, you know, that's the thing. You know, the majority of it is Pokemon, isn't it? It's trying to find that shiny. But, you know, the music that gets played on the stream, it's not all Pokemon music. This is Zelda music, so that's a bit different. You've got adorable little dogs to look at. You've got Mifa, who's just done a little spin and then curled up in her bed. You cannot really see Daruk, I must say. It's more of a Shinx cam at the top. Let me just see if I can move it a little bit. There you go. There's Daruk. You know, you got a couple of snoozy pooches here. So you know, the stream is more than just Pokemon. It is. You're mainly here for the vibes, and the vibes as well. The chill vibes. That's how it should be. But it's good to have you here nonetheless, Ham. I think we're out of fossils again. Yep, we've run out. Okay, let's reset. And Andrew, you were about to say it's definitely the vibes. Yeah, I do want. I do like trying to maintain chill vibes on this stream, because it's the type of thing that I would like to watch. Something really chilled out. And Ham, it's been a while since you played Pokemon. Are you planning on picking up ZA? But I must say, if you're in the middle of like university studies, then it might not be the worst thing just to take a little break to focus on studies, and then in your free time get into Pokemon again. Who knows? You still love the games, but you're just not right into the Pokemon games right now. That's fair enough. That is fair enough. And I'm going to be honest, there's been times in my life that I've completely lost track of Pokemon, and I've mentioned it loads of times before, but you know, I was obsessed with Pokemon when it first came out, all the way through up until Generation 4. But then real life, you know, real life will always take priority over any video game. And I think that coincided with a time in my life when I was moving out of my hometown, moving down to London, you know, starting a new job, meeting lots of new people, and you just don't always have the free time that you once had. So I mean, I didn't play Pokemon for 10-15 years. Completely missed generations 5, 6 and 7, and it wasn't until the Switch came out that I realized that I had a bit more free time than I thought I had. Nostalgia hit with like the Let's Go games, you know, showing Kanto, you know, how it always used to be in my imagination or in the Pokemon anime, and that's what got me back into Pokemon. So I mean, if for anyone who isn't really into Pokemon right now, to me that feels very normal, and I can definitely get that, because there's been times in my life when I've just not been into Pokemon. It's not that I stopped liking it, but you know, at least for me, Pokemon is the type of thing that can. It's like a time sponge. It can suck up a lot of my time and attention. And there's times in my life where that's not a good thing. You know, real life has got to come first. And but when free time allows, I think I'll always enjoy escaping into the world of Pokemon, honestly. Wolf, you like watching people play games that you don't have, and you enjoy watching people play those games even if you're not interested in the games that some people play. That's interesting. Like Pokemon Legends Arceus. Gotcha. Yeah, so what is it? We did a little test stream of Legends Arceus on, was it Wednesday? I think it was. Because I wanted to make sure I'd be able to stream Legends ZA when it came out, and that the audio would work and things like that. So I did a little bit of streaming Legends ZA on Wednesday, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I've forgotten how much I enjoyed, you know, Legends Arceus. Sorry, I'm getting confused. Yeah, we streamed Legends Arceus on Wednesday in preparation of Legends ZA. And since that stream went well, I'm really looking forward to ZA, because there was a part of me that was a little bit worried that I wouldn't be able to stream the game's audio because I've had problems in the past, but that seems to have been ironed out, so I'm looking forward to it. And Andrew, it still hasn't come out. No, exactly. Yeah, ZA comes out on Thursday, so 6 days time. I've booked Thursday and Friday off work, and I've also booked the following Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday off. So I've got like a week and a day booked off work so that I can enjoy Legends ZA. I won't be able to stream the whole time because there are errands and things that I'll have to run. And one of the days I've managed to get tickets to a Nintendo pop-up store in London. I think that's on the 22nd. I might be wrong. So I've booked some time off work mainly to play Legends ZA, but there are things that I've got to do in real life as well. But I'm going to be streaming that game as much as possible, which I'm looking forward to. And Ham, for you, it's like you've completed and shiny hunted in excuse me. Yeah, my throat is still dodgy. So Ham, for you, you've completed and shiny hunted in every Switch Pokemon game that you own, and you feel like you've done everything you wanted to. Yeah, I think you always need that. What is the next thing? Well, at least that's what I need anyway. And you don't want to spend money on a new Pokemon game because and that's very fair. It's getting very expensive games at the moment. So, yeah, I do not blame you at all. And that is very fair. And what I would say is if you're not completely into Pokemon right now, if you were to leave it a little bit later, you can always pick up Pokemon games later on, and usually a lot cheaper, you know, on eBay or something like that. I feel like you will save a bit of money by waiting. And Andrew, you're thinking of trading Scarlet for ZA because you want to keep Arceus to farm Pokemon. Fair enough. Fair enough. And Amelia, drink plenty of water. That's a good idea. I've got my tea, so I'm just gonna have a sip of tea now. That is better, honestly. So, we've got just under, or we've got 29 more fossils to exchange. Still no shiny just yet, but the next fossil could always be shiny. You never know. Okay, I think this is the last fossil. I think I forgot to give it to him. Yeah, there we go. The last fossil before we reset. Nah, it's not shiny. It's all reset now. Okay, so how many is that? 4. Is that 26? Yeah, we need 26 more fossils. I think I've got about 23. So we are going to need another reset after this to get to the 8,192 double odds figure. But we are very close to double odds now. So I've been quite unlucky here. I mean, I thought I got unlucky with the starter, but we've been unlucky again. But I've been very lucky in between, so I can't complain too much. And Amelia, you don't like it when you're ill? No, I'm not a fan either. And Cookies, we are still in the fossil hunt. We are. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Unfortunately, you've just caught the back end of the stream. There's not a lot left. And oh, Cookies, you think that we've just passed double odds? So we're not quite at double odds. The plan is we're going to keep streaming until we hit double odds, which should be 8,192. That's what I think double odds are. I'm going to be honest. I'm not 100% certain, but I think even if I'm wrong, I'm gonna stream up to 8,192. Even if I'm wrong about it, I think that's double odds. And yeah, even if I'm wrong, that's the number that we're going to do. So we're going to stream up to that number, and then I'll be ending the stream. But I hope you're doing well, Cookies. I hope everything's good with you. We have been a little bit unlucky, but I've been really lucky with the Grand Underground hunt. I got really lucky with the Masuda Egg hunt, and I got insanely lucky in the Great Marsh. Not only did we find the Starly in 2,000 encounters, roughly, the Starly stayed in the Pokeball. That Great Marsh could have been horrendous. So, really, I cannot complain about the luck. I'm happy with the luck that we've had. Oh, and Ham, you've ordered a Jurassic Park figure a couple of weeks ago because there was a deal on. Nice. It's a Triceratops, the best Triceratops they've ever released. Nice. Will it be to scale with the T-Rex that you got recently? because I know not everyone cares about stuff being to scale and stuff, but for some reason there's something weird about my brain that I absolutely adore things being like correctly to scale. I don't know what it is about my brain that I just really like that. Like my favorite, the favorite plushies that I've got are the ones that kind of fit roughly to scale with the others. Like part of the reason I'm not crazy about that Shinx, and the reason why I put the Shinx, I let the dogs play with the Shinx, is because he's a bit too, he's not really to scale with the others. He's too big, in my opinion. Which is why I've kind of made Shinx into a bit of a dog toy. Now the thing is, the dogs really take good care of Shinx, and Shinx is in perfect condition. But when I first gave Shinx to my dogs, I did that fully expecting that the dogs were going to tear Shinx, well, not tear it apart, but at least chew on him and put him in not the best condition. But strangely, my dogs have just been, most of their dog toys are, they don't last very long. They end up going into different pieces eventually. But Shinx has held out very well. But again, the reason that I've let them play with Shinx is just because he's not quite to scale with the others. So yeah, there's something weird about my brain that I just really like something that's to scale. Oh, and cookies. 8,192 is double odds. Awesome. We are very close now. Very close now. And cookies, you're also horrified of doing a safari hunt. I know, I was as well. Well, it's not that I was horrified or scared. I was just mentally telling myself that I'm not going to get it first time. So I was like, whenever the shiny appears, don't get too excited because it will escape. You're not going to get it on the first one. You're going to have to find a couple of shinies before you actually get the one that stays in the ball. So I was just constantly telling myself in my head that I'm not gonna catch the first one, and it'll be the second or third one that stays in. And it was the first one, and it stayed in, and I was so happy, so happy. Cookies, you've seen horror stories of the safari hunt. Yeah, no, I can imagine. And Cookies, you think as an up-and-coming shiny hunter, it's a rite of passage to do at least one full odds safari hunt. I like that. And I think if you were to do something like that, I think you would find it rewarding, honestly. So I would recommend that as well. But what I would say is just prepare yourself. Do it when you're ready for it, and just prepare for the worst, and then you'll be happy no matter what happens, I would say. And Ham, the Triceratops will be to scale with the Gigantosaurus as well as your other figures. Nice. Then yeah, I would be excited about that. I think that would be awesome. So good. Sounds like you're going to have an awesome birthday. And Cookies, you remember someone shiny hunting for Chansey in Fire Red Leaf Green, and it took them over, let me count the zeros there. Is that 150,000? That's insane. That is insane, honestly. Maybe more. It was insane. Yeah, I like to think that I have patience, but I don't know if I have that level of patience. So fair play to whoever did that. Fair play to them. Right, so we're on encounter 8,188. Not many more. I think we've got 2 more Cranidos to exchange before we reset. I think we've got 1 more. There we go. So let's see if this final Cranidos is. Then we will reset and do the last 2 fossils. It's not. Okay, right. Oh, that didn't reset. There we go. Okay, so we are resetting for the final time this evening. We're going to do 2 more fossils, and that will take us to double odds Can we get it before we reach double odds? There's a chance. I'm not giving up hope. There is still a chance that we get it in these last 2 encounters. So this encounter is for an Aerodactyl. It's the only Aerodactyl that we've got. Could it possibly be? It is not. And that's fine. Right. Last fossil for the stream. And we will go for... Wait, what did I give them one? Oh, I didn't even see what I gave him. I'm assuming it was a Helix. I think I clicked too fast. I was about to, pick a different one, but it seems like I've given him a Helix one. And weird tuber journalism. Welcome to stream. BDSP gets so much slack, but if you think about it, it removed a majority of the mystery gifts and incorporated them into the story, like with Cresselia. That is true. I will say there's a lot of things that this game does right. So, the fact that you're able to shiny hunt everything apart from, the 2 mythicals that you get from Floroma and the event-locked mythicals, of which there's not many, is there? I wish there were none. But, the fact that you can't get that Manaphy egg anymore, and you also can't get Shaman or Darkrai. I completely missed out on the Shaman and Darkrai. When these games first came out, I did at least get the Manaphy egg, but yeah, I'd stopped playing them by the time the Darkrai and the Shaman event came out, which is a shame, but the fact that there's so many other legendaries that you are, and mythicals that you are able to shiny hunt, I think is really good. I think this game does shiny hunting correct. Oh, Amelia, what time does the stream end? It's pretty much ended, I'm afraid. So I am just killing time now because I've handed over the last fossil. So our last fossil of the stream is already behind the counter. So as soon as I exit and come back and pick up the fossil, that is the end of the stream. So yeah, I'm just killing time at the moment. Cookies, you don't understand why they had to time lock Shaman and Darkrai again. I completely agree. Yeah, I think I've said this before. I do understand why Pokemon why Pokemon saves, why the Pokemon Company, why they hold back particular Pokemon for events. I know why they do it, because they want to generate hype and stuff. Now, you could argue they're not very good at generating hype, and those events really only create negative publicity, and I guess the shiny Miraidon and Koraidon event that is still ongoing now, or is it already wrapped up? Has that actually been a net positive or negative? That's arguable, I don't know, but I mean, at the very least, I would imagine Pokemon probably got a little chunk of change from the games shops that are taking part in that promotion. So I mean, if nothing else, it's something. It can generate interest for a game that's about to release, like ZA possibly. I would imagine that's what the Pokemon Company are thinking. Why they hold certain Pokemon back in different games. But one thing and whether you agree with that or not, I think I would imagine most people can at least see why they do it. But one thing I don't understand is why they don't make certain event Pokemon available again. Like, I don't see what benefit there is to only doing those Shaman and Darkrai events just the once. They could do that every year for Pokemon Day, generate hype, or do it on the anniversary of, say, BDSP's release date and get people, that game came out 4 years ago, and they're doing an event, if I've never picked it up before, maybe it's a good time to pick it up now. And it just seems, I don't know, it does feel like they're missing a trick by not redoing certain events. So I completely agree with what you're saying, Cookies, definitely. And Weird Tuber, you've just earned us. Oh, thank you. And Weird Tuber, we can shiny hunt Arceus. Well, I can't. Not yet, anyway. Because I will say, so I've just started a playthrough of Legends Arceus. I'm nowhere near. Well, no, I'm about halfway through, I think. I've still got to beat Avalugg. And then once I've encountered Arceus in Legends Arceus, then technically I will be able to shiny hunt Arceus. So I like that as well. I just need to get around to doing it. I've played Legends Arceus before on my Switch 1, but not on my Switch 2. So because I don't have that save data, I can't do it yet. But I am enjoying the fact that I will be able to do it eventually. So I completely agree. Being able to shiny hunt Arceus is it's nothing to be sniffed at, is it? That's pretty cool. And I do like that about BDSP. Wolf, BDSP gets so much hate. It's underrated and deserved more love as a remake that everyone's begging for. I agree. I know that it has its problems, and I know that a lot of people wanted content from Platinum. I certainly would have loved that because I've never played Platinum, so I don't even know what I'm missing, but I've heard good things about Platinum, and I do wish that more of it was in the game because I've never played Platinum. I've only ever played the original Diamond and Pearls. So yeah, I agree. I would have loved there to have been a bit more, but saying that, it gets a lot of things right. I love being able to play Generation 4 on the Switch. I absolutely love that. And I do think it's the definitive way to play Generation 4, not having to mess around with HMs. It's such a big deal, honestly. So I think it's the definitive way to play Generation 4, and that is no bad thing. Generation 4, it's games that I love. So yeah, I will never say overly negative things about this game. And Wolf, and yet they gave it hate after asking what they wanted, and they still think it's a dud. You think people just need to try it and see why it deserves some love, in your opinion? I completely agree. And Weird Tuber, BDSP deserved DLC, like going back to Hoenn or Joe. Oh my gosh, imagine going back to a previous region like how you used to be able to do in Gold and Silver. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly when Generation 3 came out and I realised that at the end of Ruby and Sapphire you could not go back to Johto or Kanto, and that all the Pokemon that I had in Johto and Kanto were locked on my Game Boy, and there was no way for me to get them onto my Game Boy Advance. That was heartbreaking, honestly. I know it's the standard now, but for me, playing the original games, Red, Blue, Yellow, then playing Gold, Silver, and then, having that connectivity between the games and being able to go back to Johto in Gold and Silver and Crystal, it just felt like that's how it would always be, and then it's just never been like that ever since. It was only like that for the second generation. It'll never stop hurting. I wish it wasn't like that, but oh well. And cookies later, hopefully better luck next stream. Well, I haven't cashed in the fossil yet. We might still get it. You never know. Right, so I am going to end the stream there though. Before I do, Weird Tuber, you've considered Generation 4 a sequel of sorts to Generation 3. I hadn't realised that. That's an interesting take. I had not considered that. But I guess in terms of like the legendary Pokemon, I think it kind of makes sense in terms of what they represent, maybe. But yeah, I like that take. So everyone, thank you very much for joining today. Apologies for the late start to today's stream. I know it was scheduled to start at 5:15 and I had technical problems, which meant we didn't start until 5:30. So thank you all for your patience. I don't deserve such patience from you. I do appreciate it, honestly. It does not go unnoticed. You're all lovely people, so thank you very much. I'm going to end it after we exchange this fossil. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming on Sunday. So fingers crossed. Is there any chance that we start Sunday's stream with a bit of plot development? Maybe we get the shiny right here. Fingers crossed. Let's see. Have we got a shiny Ammonite? It would be amazing if we did. Nah, we didn't. So we didn't get it today. There's always another fossil. Hopefully we get it on Sunday. I've got a good feeling we're gonna get through loads of encounters on Sunday. I will be streaming for a lot longer. This has only been a short stream, so we've reached double odds. Let's see when we find it. You never know. Thank you all for your shiny luck. Thank you all for your time today, and have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will catch you all next time. Bye, everyone. Bye.